Welcome back. It is the Vegas Take. Sharp and Shapiro, so glad you could join us. Again, a reminder, coming up here in just a few minutes, we will be joined by Larry Neumeister. He is a reporter for the Associated Press, giving us the latest on the Nike trial that has taken place, of course, involving Michael Avenatti. But a story that just came out, it's sad, it's troubling. We've heard college football players having heart attacks. Some have even lost their lives. High school kids. We don't know exactly the circumstances, but I certainly want to get the details. This involves a UNLV football player, and our producer, Jason Stein, here, giving us an update on what exactly took place. Jason, what exactly is this all about? Give us the specifics.
Well, we don't know much, like you said, Brian, but we know that Tuesday morning the football team was having some sort of workout, and this player, Darran Williams, a 22-year-old senior, had a, quote, medical episode. We now know it was a heart attack. And he is now in the hospital in stable condition. I guess he had to be put into, this is according to his father, he had to be put into a medically induced coma for 72 hours before they could test and diagnose the cause of this heart attack.
Oh, my God. So this is obviously extremely serious. Now, listen, I'm not a doctor, but a heart attack could be put on, but, he could have heart issues that maybe he was unaware of. Or, it could be dehydrated. There's a lot of things that could cause something like this to happen. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'd be speculating. However, when you hear of a kid in his early 20s who's obviously a fantastic athlete.
Turned 22 on Monday.
Yeah, tremendous shape.
Just turned 22.
It raises eyebrows, and there needs to be some sort of investigation. I would hope there is. We need to find out what caused this. What exactly was he doing? Do we know what he was working out?
Yeah, they were having a workout on Tuesday morning. UNLV says being treated by doctors. His family's at his side. Their statement says, quote, the thoughts and prayers of the entire UNLV community are with him and his family. So this is a very serious issue. Williams played 5 games as a junior last season, rushed for 79 yards and a touchdown. He's a transfer, actually, from Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College, rushed for 1,400 yards and 15 touchdowns in 2018, and was named the Southwest Junior College Football Conference MVP. Obviously a very healthy and talented athlete.
And nothing in that article suggests that he's had any issues like this in the past.
Nothing in this article. I'm getting all my information here from the Review Journal, and then, of course, the story has gone national. But no other specifics. I don't know if Coach Arroyo, we just, of course, the school just hired Coach Arroyo to take over for Sanchez, and so I don't know if this was like the first workout or one of the first workouts. I don't know if Coach Arroyo was there. I don't know if we just don't know. We're going to have to find out in the coming days.
My question is, why are you talking so slow? Well, we just don't know. Coach Sanchez, we just hired Tony Sanchez.
Am I?
We just hired Arroyo. We just don't know what happened. Is it just me, or you're just talking differently today? I don't know. Maybe it's the way my mind is
I'm putting on my
thinking.
reporter voice.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right, we go to reporter Jason Stein.
Look, dude, we got 7 minutes left in this segment. I got to slow down because there's not much we can say about this.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I believe, and you tell me if you disagree or not, I believe it's very fair. We need to find out exactly what he was doing that day. Just saying that he was in a workout or a warm-up is not enough. I want to know exactly what he was doing when he had this heart attack. Again, I'm not saying anybody at UNLV is responsible. I'm not saying anybody on the coaching staff's responsible. We don't know. We need to find out. It could be that the kid just had some sort of heart ailment. That's very possible.
He could have a pre-existing heart condition, and then the smallest bit of strenuous activity could have just been the final straw, or was the workout so intense that it pushed him to a heart attack? We don't know. I hope it's not the latter.
I hope not too.
But again, UNLV's offering the proverbial thoughts and prayers.
Well, we need to get more information. And, it's weird because, it comes at a time where there's a lot of positive things going on at UNLV. They have a new football coach. A lot of people are excited about that. We'll wait and see if it produces results. But certainly T.J. Otzelberger is producing results. The basketball team is playing very well. I think so far, at least, certainly in conference, they've exceeded expectations. And he's done a good job.
And they got another game coming up Saturday, right?
Yes, they are playing Saturday, and I thought they were on the road against Colorado State.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I think they're on the road against Colorado. Colorado State's playing well too. That coach has done a really good job. And we just had former Colorado State head coach Larry Eustachy in studio a few days ago, just talking about Kobe. And look, you want to talk about a guy that pushed players mentally? It was Larry Eustachy, but not. I don't think physically. Football's a different animal. We haven't heard a lot about, and correct me if I'm wrong, we haven't heard a lot of this stuff going on the basketball court. It's usually the football field. Yeah, I remember, I was watching the Boston Celtics game. I grew up a huge Celtics fan. And no, I'm not talking about Len Bias. That was drugs. I'm talking about Reggie Lewis.
Yeah.
I grew up a huge Reggie Lewis fan. It was towards the end of Larry Bird's career. And I think that was Chris Ford was the head coach at that time. And Reggie Lewis, you want to talk about a tragedy and another great man that we lost too early. It was Reggie Lewis. And I remember watching him in a game. I was watching it live. And he stumbled. And he fell down. And he collapsed. And then he got right back up like a minute later. He got right back up. But everybody was like, wow, that was really weird. He was getting ready to check in, and I thought maybe he tripped or something. But he collapsed, and it was bizarre. And then it was a month later, he died.
Well,
a couple
when you have
months
a
later.
heart attack at that age, and in this guy's case, in Darran Williams' case, just turned 22 and he has a heart attack.
Listen, I'm not trying to say that he might have been on something, but I'm just going to, in general terms speaking, young men who have heart attacks are usually messing around with either drugs or steroids. And again, it could be a lot of different things. I don't know. It could be that the man just has a heart issue. I don't know. All I'm trying to say is we need to find out what was in his bloodstream. We need to find out exactly what he was doing at that time. Was he pushing himself too far? Was somebody else pushing him too far? Or is it just a case where they found something in his heart that showed that he had some sort of heart ailment that he was unaware of? It could be any of those things. We don't know. What we do know is it is not a natural occurrence for anybody at the age of 22, let alone a college athlete, to have a heart attack. That is not a normal thing that happens to somebody.
He played high school football in Oklahoma. Listen to these numbers. 5,300 yards and 64 touchdowns in 3 seasons.
Jesus Christ.
What a star, huh?
Jesus Christ. It shows you how tough college football is.
Yeah.
Because he's not that same star, certainly.
Right, with UNLV.
I know I believe he's had a few injuries this year, but yeah, we need to find out more information on this. There's no question about it. That's very troubling. And as UNLV and put their sentiments in, we'll say the same thing. Our thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family and his friends and to UNLV. This is horrible. Obviously, if he has some sort of heart issue, he's probably never going to be able to play football again, I would imagine.
And I do actually want to clarify one thing now that I'm reading this from the Review Journal. UNLV is actually not naming Williams by name. That information came from his father. Williams' father posted something on Facebook. So UNLV said a player had a medical episode, and to clarify, it was while warming up for a team workout. So it was prior to the actual workout on Tuesday morning. There was some kind of warm-up before the workout. I don't know. I'm not an athlete. I don't know what they do to warm up. But this is what UNLV is saying. That's when this medical episode happened, and that's when he was taken to the hospital.
A little weird that his father releases the name, but UNLV doesn't. That's a little strange. I don't know.
We'll be following this one.
I don't know what the proper protocol is for that. If that is true, that he was just warming up, again, we need to know what was in his bloodstream. And again, I think it's a very fair question to ask.
Well,
what
sure
did he have in his
answers will
body?
come out.
What did he have in his body? Luckily, thankfully, he didn't lose his life.
Yeah, and I hope he'll be back on the football field, and I hope he'll be okay in very, very short order.
I don't know how that's possible. How can you have a heart attack at 22 and then
I don't know.
Play football? I just, how could that happen?
I just hope he's okay, period.
That's for anybody at any age. Yeah. You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It sets you back. No doubt about it.
It's just crazy. So I had an episode when I was in college. I played college tennis and college golf, the two manly sports, by the way. And I remember I'm playing tennis. I was 21 years old, and I never felt this pain before. It felt like I was having a heart attack. All of a sudden, my chest, I felt horrible pain in my chest. And this wasn't indigestion. It was a different type of feeling. I felt my heart was racing really fast. Coach told me to sit down. I was freaking out. I didn't know whether he needed to call my shortness of breath. It felt like I was having a heart attack. Coach looks at me. He's like, I don't want to give you mouth-to-mouth. Tell me, do I need to call an ambulance? I sat down. A couple minutes, it went away. But it was a very scary situation. So I go to the doctor, and it turned out I have something that is not serious. It's called Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. It means my heart beats a little differently than the average person, and I just can't take adrenaline. I can't take like epinephrine, adrenaline, the kind of stuff they give you at a dentist office or something, or the kind of stuff they give you to get your heart start pumping again. But I haven't had, I'm not on any medication for it.
Just Viagra.
No, I'm not taking Viagra either. But if I did want to, all I'd have to do is go into your medicine cabinet. I know that. But thankfully, I've never had that episode like that again. But it was very scary. And luckily, I don't have any severity. You know, it's not. I don't have a serious situation where I can't exercise. I can do whatever I want. I'm going to be shortness of breath if I go up a flight of stairs because right now I'm in horrible shape. But
and sometimes you don't know until it happens. You have no idea that this even existed. There was no warning signs. It's pretty scary.
Yeah, it is. It's thoughts and prayers to the family. All I know from my personal perspective, I just want to make sure the doctor looks at me and tells me I am still healthy for sexual activity. That is very important to me.
I get chest pains all the time, but that's because I put sriracha sauce on everything.
Oh, really?
So it's a burning.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, stay away from that.
I'm getting too old for that.
If I ever want to get at you, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that sauce all over your food. All right, Jason.
I love it.
All right, Jason. Thanks for coming in and sharing that with us. Thoughts and prayers with his family, no question. We'll get more information out there. Coming up next, an update on the Michael Avenatti trial involving Nike. Larry Neumeister is from the Associated Press. He's covering it. He's going to give us a live report coming up next.